أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه الأخيار أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Inshallah, we continue our explanation of نظم مثلث قطرب للمغربي. The مثلث قطرب organized by Al-Maghribi. We've done up to bait number 44 per the copy that I have shared. There are other type of copies that as I've been going, I'll tell you here, you will have a copy that the word is like this. I've been mentioning it wherever there is any difference. And inshallah, today we are going to see such a difference. Okay, so in this copy, the popular copy, you find the abiyat longer than this. Today we are picking from Al-Hajru fi الثوب الأمام والحجر بالبيت الحرام وحجر ابنه الهمام امرؤ قيس العربي. Okay, but in the popular copy that you find, even when you check the audios, you find it as ملأ دمعي حجري وقل فيه حجري لو كنت كابن حجر لضاع مني الأدب. So that is how the original goes. I don't know this one. I think there is some kind of changes that he has made in it. And particularly when you look down, he's put a number there, number 3. When you look down, when you refer, he tells us that في النسخ المطبوعة وحجر والد الحمام. In the printed copies, that is the original copies that you find printed. But then in those copies, it isn't وحجر ابنه الهمام. That is not how it is. It is وحجر والد الحمام امرئ كيس العربي. That is how it is. And then he says that when he looked at this, he realized that there is a darura. And when we say darura in poetry, that is where you break some meter to make it fit the rhymes. So he's saying that هي منع المصروف حجر. So in the original copy, you see وحجر والد الحمام. But the word is supposed to be حجر. It is a word that takes tanween, but then منع من التصريف أو منع من الصرف. So you hear وحجر, and due to that, he changed this. He says فغيرته إلى الصيغة المثبتة أو مثبتة فغيرته إلى الصيغة المثبتة للخروج من الضرورة. So he changed this to this form so that he goes away from the darura. He changed it to وحجر ابنه so that the حجر can take tanween, and then he made it ابنه الحمام امرؤ كيس العربي. But then, as I've said, the original, you find وحجر والد الهمام امرئ كيس العربي, and then you explain in the light of both. The copy I've given you also, you see السقط ثلج قد عرى والسقط ما ترمي المرأة والسقط زند قد ورى في ضوئه الغيهبي. Okay, that particular one is also not the bait in the original. So we will just hit on it or just jump it and do per the original, because in any institution that you are studying it, in wherever you are studying it, you use the original copy. This particular print I've shared is actually because it's nicer, it is more clearer, something. But then still, we will share the original too so that we see the differences. We need to get all the angles. Okay, let's start from our bait number 45. He says, Al-Hajru fi thawb al-amam. When we say Al-Hajru, what we mean is whatever is in front of you, from your chest, your bosom, as we some call it, your breast, your laps. So he says, in some other you see ما بين يديك من الثوب والجسد أو من الثوب والجسم. Whatever is in between your two sides. from your shirt, from your dress down. So your chest is part, your laps is part. It is said in the hadith that the Prophet ﷺ took a child, فَبَالَ فِي حُجْرِهِ فَبَالَ فِي حَجْرِهِ فِي حَجْرِ النَّبِي صلى الله عليه وسلم. So the hajr then was he took a boy and placed him on his laps, and then the boy, the young child, urinated. So it says al-hajru fi thawb al-amam, in the front dress. That is whatever is in front of you is part of your hajru. And then wal-hijru bil-bayt al-haram. That one is called hijr. Hijru Ismail al-Hatim. I think it is also called al-Hatim alone. When you look at Kaaba, there is some semicircle wall. There is some semicircle wall that has been done at the side of Kaaba. And when people are circumambulating Kaaba, they are doing tawaf, you realize that they go around that thing. They wouldn't come in between that thing and Kaaba. When you look at the picture of Kaaba, you see this semicircle wall, short wall like that, built there. That particular semicircular wall is what is called hijr. That's why you say, well, hijru bil bayt al haram. And hijr, you find it at where? Bayt al haram, which is Mecca, the Kaaba. Okay. Hijr also points to aql, the brain. We have إن في ذلك وهل في ذلك قسم لذي هجر. وهل في ذلك قسم لذي هجر. Like لذي هجر أي لذي عقل. لذي عقل, the one who has sense. So hijr also points to aql. Hijr, when we say something is also hijr, بمعنى ممنوع. The thing is ممنوع. When we look at this, he says, in the Quran, he says, Surah An'am, verse number 138, you can cross-check it. He says, وَقَالُوا هَذِهِ أَنْعَامُ وَحِرْثٌ هَذِهِ أَنْعَامٌ وَحِرْثٌ حِجْرٌ لَا يَطْعَمُهُمَا إِلَّا مَنْ نَشَاءُ بِزَعْمِهِمْ إلى آخر الآية. وَقَالُوا هَذِهِ أَنْعَامٌ وَحِرْثٌ حِجْرٌ لَا يَطْعَمُهَا إِلَّا مَنْ نَشَاءُ بِزَعْمِهِمْ. He said, these are flocks and farmlands also, cultivations, hijrun, prohibited, la yat'amuha illa man nasha'u biza'mihim, nobody feeds it except one. You can cross-check the verse, Surah An'am, verse number 138. You realize that the hijrun means mamnu, prohibited. So hijr, we have hijr Ismail al-Hatim, the wall by the side of Kaaba. And then also we have aql, it also means aql. It also means ay mamnu, something is mamnu. Okay, now we come to a hujrun. Ibnuhu al-humam. Al-humam here, they are telling us that hujrun, his son is al-humam. Imru'ul Qais al-Arabi, the poet. The صاحب كيف نبكي من ذكرى حبيب ومنزلي بسكت اللوى بين الدخول فحوملي. That معلقة, their head, the معلقات, the champion there, Imru Qais. His father is called Hujrun. So he says, وَهُجْرٌ إِبْنُهُ الْهُمَامِ إِمْرُؤُ قَيْسِ الْعَرَبِ. And in the original, he says, مَلَأَ دَمْعِي حَجْرِي. That is, my tears has filled my bosom. وَقَلَّ فِيهِ هِجْرِي. Hijri here can mean my aql. قَلَّ فِيهِ عَقْلِي. We can fix it there. And he says, لَوْ كُنْتُ كَبْنِ حُجْرِي. If I was to be like the son of Hujri, لَضَاءَ مِنِّي الْأَدَبِ. I would have been someone without adab, without manners. Why is he saying that? Because Imru Qais speaks dirty language. It was said that he was a womanizer, he was a drunkard, he likes alcohol. So he's saying that if he was to be like Ibn Hujri, لَضَاءَ مِنِّي الْأَدَبِ, he would have lost manners. Okay, so this, we can put the two together. One says, Al-Hajru fi thawb al-amam wal-hijru bil-bayt al-haram wa hujrun ibnuhu al-humam imru'u Qais al-Arabi. And then the other says, Mala adam'i hajri. وقل فيه هجري لو كنت كابن حجري لضاء مني الأدب. Okay. Now, as I said, asaktu thalujun qad ara, that one is not really part of the abiyat per the original one. If you look at it, you realize that this line is not there. But then asaktu, as he's saying, thalujun qad ara, ice, snow. Asaktu is snow or ice. Asiktu is that which is aborted. Ay matermi al mar'a, what a woman removes, abortion. And then was suktu zandun qad wara fi dawihi wal ghayhabi. Was suktu, they give it to anything that is falling is called suktu, anything that falls. And they also give it to a premature delivery, a child that comes out before his time, as suktu. They also give it to that. Though it's not part of the original abiyat we are looking at, but then that is just it. And then we come to kul thullatun fi sarra. Now, when we say thulla, I mean a group of people. So, when you want to say thulla, that is the kalima for sarra, sarratun. I bimana jama'a, jama'a. But then also this same sarra also means sayhatun. We have in the Quran, فَأَقْبَلَتْ إِمْرَأَتُهُ فِي صَرَّةٍ. فَأَقْبَلَتْ إِمْرَأَتُهُ فِي صَرَّةٍ. And even in the Quran, both meanings can go. أي أقبل امرأته في جماعة. It goes. She came with a group of people. أقبل امرأته في صيحة أي في حزن وكانت تصرخ أو تصيح. She was shouting. So sarra can mean shouting and it can mean a group of people. So it says kul thullatun fi sarra. A group of people means sarra. So sarra bimana jama'a. And when we say thulla, we mean a group of people. But when it's a group of animals, what do we say? Jam'u ganam, we say thalla bifathi tha. Thallatun. Okay. And he says what? Wakirratun fi sirra. And when we say kirratun, bimana shiddatul bard, severe cold, severe cold. And severe cold is sirra bikasr sad, sirra. So they say asabahu kirratun, ay asabahu sirratun. He has been affected by severe cold. So sarra bifathi sad can mean jama'a or sayha, shouting, or group of people. And then sirra means severe cold. And then we have وَخِرْقَةٌ فِي سُرَّةٍ. When we say khirqa, we mean either a rag or a torn piece of cloth. A torn piece of cloth. He says وَخِرْقَةٌ فِي سُرَّةٍ مَشْدُودَةٌ. When we say something is mashduda, it is tied up. Min dhahabi. It is tied up and it has gold in it. What is he describing? You see, when you look at the Arab movies of old times, they have this leather or rag kind of pocket. It's a packet. And it's a cloth that has been torn and sewed. They sew the sides. Ana dunka side and side. You sew the sides and a part is opened. Then you tie it up. Then you put your gold coins in it. It is a form of purse. As we use purse today, that was the purse then. So that packet is called surah. That's why he's saying, وَخِرْقَةٌ فِي سُرَّةٍ مَشْدُودَةٌ. It is tied up. Min dhahabi. Gold, it holds gold. You put gold in it. So that is surah. It is a packet, a purse. Al-ushbu yud'a bil-kala. Al-ushbu yud'a bil-kala. Al-ushbu bimana an-nabt or an-nabat. Grass or herbs. Green grass or herbs, Herbs. Okay. So al-ushbu yud'a, the grass or al-herbs, yud'a is called al-kala. But then here, al-kala, the kala is kaf, lam, hamza, alif, hamza, not just alif, not kala, kala. Okay. That is the name for grass or herbs. وَلِلْحِرَاسَةِ al-kila. Al-kila. And here too, the word is kila'a. If you like security or protection is al-kila'ah, and al-kila has been taken from it. Al-kila'ah, that is kaf, lam, alif, hamza, ta marbuta. But then al-kila is taken from there. It says in the Quran, قُلْ مَنْ يَكْلَؤُكُمْ بِاللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ مِنَ الرَّحْمَنِ. Surah Al-Anbiya, verse number 42. You check it out and you realize that قُلْ مَنْ يَكْلَؤُكُمْ is from yakla, is from kila, protection. And if you say كَلَأَهُ min al-adha, hafizahu min al-adha, bimana hafizahu min al-adha, he has protected him from harm. Kala'ahu min al-adha, he has protected him from harm. Okay, so that is kila, protection. And then we have wajam'u kulliyatin, ay kidney, kulliya bimana kidney. Wajam'u kulliyatin, and the plural of kidney is what? Kula. Kula, kaf, lam, alif, walakin alif maksura. Kula. So kulliyatin is kidney, and the plural is what? Kula. So we have kela, kila, kula. He says, likulli hayyin the abi, for everyone who is alive with a father. I man wulida, everyone who is born. Just to complete the bait. Likulli hayyin the abi, for everyone who is alive and has a father, whether dead or alive. So kela is the first one, which is grass. Kila is protection, hirasa, security. And then kula is plural of kidney, kidneys. But then scholars have a problem with this particular Muthallath. They say that this doesn't fit to be part of the Muthallath because in actual sense, the mother, the root he's talking about is kaf, lam, and alif. That is what he intends. But then the first one, kela, is actually kela'a, bil hamza. The alif has hamza, so it doesn't fit. The root has deviated. In any case, we still know the words, alhamdulillah, and God bless the writer. And then we come to, says, al-jaddu walidul abi. When Arab says al-jaddu bifathil jim, the father of, or the father of the father. Walidul abi, the father of your father is al-jaddu, that is your grandfather. So al-jaddu bimana grandfather. But then also, it also means jalal wa azama, greatness, and haul or power, might, jalal wa azama. Like we say, la yanfawz al-jaddi minkal jaddi. Anyone who has any kind of authority, anyone feels like he has any kind of authority, it doesn't benefit him anything before you. Bimana la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Okay. And then we says, this verse, we have this verse, تعالى جد ربنا تعالى جد ربنا ما اتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا. I think there is a verse like that. تعالى جد ربنا أي عظمة ربنا, عظمة ربنا أو جلال ربنا. So jaddu is actually grandfather per the bait, but then it can mean azama, greatness, or jalal, might, something like that. And then wal jiddu ضد اللعب. Jiddu bikasril jim is seriousness. Seriousness. That's why it says diddu, the opposite, diddul la'ibi, the opposite of playfulness. Al-jid is seriousness, which is the opposite of what? Playfulness, al-la'ibi. And then it says wal juddu inda al-arabi al-bi'ru dhat al-kharabi. Al-juddu bidammi jim, when Arab says inda al-arabi, when Arab says al-juddu, bimana al-bi'ru, a well, WLL, that which we fetch water from, but then dhatil kharabi, that which has been ruined, that which has been ruined, R-U-I-N-E-D, that which has been deserted, it has been left, a well that has been left to be by itself. So maybe there is not even water in it, there is dirt in it or all that. That is what Arabs call juddu. And it has been said to be any space at the beach, any portion of the sea. Yani the beach, ashate, the beach is called juddu. Any land by the beach, anything like that is called juddu. So it is said that even where we say Jeddah, Jeddah in Mecca is actually Judah. Some scholars have said that it's actually Judah and not Jeddah as we say it, because it is by the seaside. It is an area by the seaside. Okay. And then also we have Jariyatun Ihdal Jawar ومصدر الجار الجوار ورفع صوت الجوار من وجع أو كرب. He says Jariyatun. Jariya is a maid, M-A-I-D, a servant. Jariya is Ihdal Jawari, is one, that is the singular of Al-Jawar. But then this one is actually what? Al-Jawari. The plural of Jariya is Al-Jawari Bilyai. But then scholars have said that Al-Jawari, any noun that is, I think this is Mankus, a noun that ends with Yai like this, it can be read with Waqf and Wasl. When it is read with Waqf, you can stop on the Ra and not pronounce the letter Harf illa Yai. As we have in the Quran, وَهُوَ الْكَبِيرُ الْمُتَعَالِ. There's a qira'ah like that. And some read وَهُوَ الْكَبِيرُ الْمُتَعَالِ بِالْيَاءِ. So it is permitted as he has brought it in the bait without the yai. He didn't say jariyatun ihdal jawari. He says jariyatun ihdal jawar. So jawar is maids, servants, but girls. It says wa masdarul jari. Masdar, that is the verbal noun of jar, or the root word of jar. Jar is neighbor. So when we want to say somebody being your neighbor, somebody being by you, we say what? Al-jiwar. So if I say huwa bijiwari, that is he is by me. Huwa bijiwari is by me. Al-jiwar, I neighborness, being neighbors. That is al-jiwar. Okay. So, and then he says, waraf'u sawtin, and raising your voice is called juar or ju'ar bihamza al-waw. Scholars have said that it can be said ju'ar, a jim waw with hamza on top of it and then fatha, or juwar, bimana raising your voice, raf'u sawt, high voice or loud voice. Raising your voice from what? Min waja'in, pain, aw karabi, or some problem that has befell you. Karab is calamity or problem that has befell you. So if you shout or you cry loud out of that, it is called juwar. Juwar. Okay. I think with this, inshallah, we will stop here and then take the continue again the other next time. Let me see. We are supposed to have about 10 abiyats and then we stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we've taken 10. Particularly, I am considering that the abiyat of as-saktu and then as-siktu or suktu, I have taken that out. So originally, we've done 12 abiyat, like apparently, but then I consider it to be 10 per the original text, because the original text, I didn't see as-saktu and as-siktu, as-suktu there. But then it adds to our knowledge, inshallah. May Allah grant us beneficial knowledge. Whatever is unclear in there, please, you can do well to ask, inshallah. May Allah grant us beneficial knowledge and make our knowledge beneficial to the ummah at large. Allahumma alimna ma yanfa'una wanfa'na bima allamtana وزدنا علما يا رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.